A good mystery is something we can all get behind, something nobody can quite explain, but it makes our imaginations work to try to explain the unexplainable. However, some mysteries are just plain creepy and should probably be left alone. From Bigfoot to the Loch Ness Monster, join us as we count 10 of the creepiest unexplained mysteries in the world. Number 10. Jack the Ripper. The name Jack the Ripper has been heard in many shows and movies pertaining to the serial killer who murdered 11 women in London's East End in the late 1800s, but was never identified. Most of his victims were prostitutes, whose bodies were mutilated beyond recognition and their throats slashed. In the East End's Whitechapel district, a string of prostitutes were butchered. The crime scenes were a gory tableau. The brutalized bodies were perversions of the human form. The killer was a collector who took organs as trophies. The signature of a letter that arrived during the murders gave this monster a name, Jack the Ripper. The city was whipped into a froth of suspicion and fear. Wide dragnets snagged scores of suspects, but the police were unable to catch the killer. Vigilante committees formed and mobs routinely chased people through the streets. And then, suddenly, the murders just stopped. Despite 3 more years of investigation, the police never uncovered the true identity of Jack the Ripper. The unsolved case was officially closed in 1892, though interest in the killings has never dwindled. Number 9. Loch Ness Monster. For ages, people have been hearing about the Loch Ness Monster and how it baffled everyone, thinking it was a creature unlike any other. There have been many sightings over the years, and photos and videos of actual footage have been checked and looked at time and time again, confirming if it could be some kind of sea serpent or a descendant of the dinosaurs. There's a website called nessie.co.uk dedicated to the legend of the Loch Ness Monster, which lists all of the sightings from 1960 up to the latest sighting in 2011. Even up to today, some are claiming it still exists and swims under the waters. Number 8. Bigfoot. Bigfoot is a large, ape-like creature said to inhabit forests, mainly in the Pacific Northwest region of North America. Over the years, there have been countless sightings of what is supposedly Bigfoot, though nothing concrete enough to be used as evidence. Trouble is, when anyone seems to spot Bigfoot, they always decide to use a potato to take a picture of it. Regardless, many scientists argue against the existence of Bigfoot. And yet, unusually large footprints and common sightings make this mystery so popular it has its own TV series on Animal Planet. Number 7. Black Dahlia Murder. 22-year-old Elizabeth Short was very active at promoting herself into showbiz at the time the Black Dahlia murder occurred. The Black Dahlia was a nickname given to Elizabeth Short, an American woman who was the victim of a gruesome and much publicized murder. Short was found mutilated, her body sliced in half at the waist, on January 15, 1947 in Leimert Park, Los Angeles, California. Short's unsolved murder has been the source of widespread speculation, leading to many suspects along with several books and film adaptations of the story. Short's murder is one of the oldest unsolved murder cases in Los Angeles history. However, no one knew of the killer who actually did the murder. Number 6. Stonehenge. Stonehenge is a prehistoric monument in Wiltshire, England, about 2 miles west of Amesbury. One of the most famous sites in the world, Stonehenge is the remains of a ring of standing stones set within earthworks. Stonehenge is surely Britain's greatest national icon, symbolising mystery, power and endurance. Its original purpose is unclear to us, but some have speculated that it was a temple made for worship of ancient gods. It's been called an astronomical observatory for marking significant events on the prehistoric calendar. Others claim that it was a sacred site for the burial of high-ranking citizens from ancient societies, and some claim it was the work of aliens. But the truth is, nobody really knows. Number 5. Severed Foot Beach. Since the 20th of August 2007, several detached human feet have been discovered on the coasts of British Columbia and Washington. The feet belonged to 5 men, 1 woman, and 3 other people of unknown sex. The 2 left feet have been matched with 2 of the right feet. As of February 2012, only 5 feet of the 4 people have been identified. It is not known to whom the rest of the feet belong. How these feet have become detached from their respective bodies is also unknown. Some say it may be the feet of victims of a boating accident, others suggest the Asian tsunami from 2004 is responsible, and some suggest foul play. Number 4. D.B. Cooper. To this day, no one knows his real name, but on November 24, 1971, everyone in America was talking about the mysterious man who called himself D.B. Cooper. That day, Cooper hijacked Northwest Airlines Flight 305 and its 36 passengers using a briefcase that he said contained a bomb. "We will ask you to stay there until we get coordinated with our friend in the back," the pilot told the control tower after the plane landed in Seattle. Once $200,000 and several parachutes were delivered per Cooper's request, he demanded the plane fly him to Mexico. He also asked for the rear door to remain unlocked and the plane to be flown low and slow. Cooper clearly had a plan, although officials didn't realize what it was until it was too late. While the plane flew to Nevada for a refueling stop, Cooper parachuted into the night. Despite the fact that law enforcement officials in 5 different planes were trailing the jetliner, no one witnessed the jump. Though the FBI contends that Cooper couldn't have survived, it released new composite sketches in 2007 in the hopes of closing the case. Number 3. SS Ourang Medan. What happened to SS Ourang Medan, or Man from Medan in Malaysia, is perhaps one of the most fascinating and mind-boggling mysteries that ever existed in seafaring history. Everything began with an SOS message in 1947 that mentioned the captain, along with the rest of the crew, was dead. What's worse, even the telegrapher died during the transmission of the message. When the Silver Star was able to receive the distress call and went to inspect the ship, they confirmed the deaths of all aboard. Speculations of ghosts, hazardous chemicals, and even aliens have been raised, but there is still no conclusion as to what actually happened. Number 2. Aluminium Wedge of Aiud. Back in 1974, a group of workers in Romania discovered 3 different objects 10 meters deep in a sand trench. 2 of the items were prehistoric elephant bones that have been dated as old as 2.5 million years ago. The third object, however, is an aluminium wedge that was found together with the ancient bones. This discovery dumbfounded most researchers, as aluminium was difficult to create even by the 19th century standards. While some call it evidence of extraterrestrials, others are calling it a hoax. Whatever it is, we may never know. Number 1. The hum. The hum is a low-frequency humming noise heard around places such as Taos, New Mexico, Bristol, England, and Largs, Scotland. The classic description of the hum is that of a truck engine idling outside one's home. Some describe it as a low throbbing drone or deep bass note. The noise is usually louder indoors than outdoors and louder at night. Some research suggests around 2% of the population living in these areas can hear the hum, but nobody knows why. It's driven many people insane and causes great disturbance to many more. A retired person from England said it was like torture sometimes, adding that it made her want to scream at night.